Alright, here we go. No. Wrong one. Typically it's man. Yeah, there we go. Apologies. I'm becoming distracted. One, two. Is the last one? Yeah. Advertisements out. Whoops. I can close out of that. There we go. Okay, that should be all. Let's fucking finish this thing. Yesterday was terrible. Terrible. Hopefully I have more morale and patience today. It's just towards the end of stream yesterday, I that trailer vlogs really fucking sucked. So hopefully I can avoid that today. Assuming I can get this thing to turn to higher speeds. Today I am not nearly as hungry. Unfortunately, yesterday I did not get to eat the pasta that I planned because I didn't have a small pot that I could use to reheat it in. So I instead heated up sliders that my program game. No, they weren't nearly as good as when they were fried. Maybe partly the way that I cooked it, because I think I burned the bottoms. Kind of fucking amazing. This thing is super wide. I might have issues getting this thing back. Can I take this thing back on the ice? Instead of having to drive this way. It's very narrow, and this is a lot wider than the grass that I was using yesterday. this thing turned around is probably going to be a bit of a pain. Oh, wait. I have to bring... Yeah, it's this map again. I also just realized something. I need to bring the medium logs up from Lake Cove. I can't do any more. Well, maybe. Fuck, no. Yeah, it's this fucking map again. Shit. Okay. I have to go to Lake Cove. Fucking hell, though. That is, this is very disappointing. Shit. And my trigger is sticking so bad. Anyways, I need to sell this. What is disappointing? What can be even more disappointing? Ooh. So is it like a very thin crust? How does that affect the pizza then? Assuming you even still made it, did you just give up? So does that make the crust pretty thin, or is the crust... that's my thought. Is the crust pretty thin? Ew. Is it crunchy like that? Okay. Weird. Very weird. A very thick pie dough. Because pie dough is kind of flaky, right? And a flaky, if it is flaky like pie dough, that doesn't sound fun at all. chicken, so like a breadless, I imagine. Just some regular unbreaded, unbreaded cooked chicken. Yeah. Ooh, okay. That reminds me a bit of the chicken fettuccine that I made that I still need to, chicken fettuccine that I made. I intended to cook, I intended to reheat my chicken fettuccine last night in a pot, but then I realized I didn't have any small pots that I could use. I didn't have any small pots that I could use to heat it up in. But I didn't have a pot that I could use. That's the problem. I had a really small pan and a large pan. I guess I could have reheated it back up in a pan. Um, yeah, but in my head it makes sense to do a pot. Besides, I don't want to use water for it. I have a smaller jar of Alfredo that I've been using to reheat it with. So it's like a proper sauce reheat, not I've dumped water in this. Get a trailer here at the harbor. Sorry, if it seems I'm a little distracted, there's a Discord server that I'm in that's kind of popping off. got stuck there. Oh, that? What? Why? That's a little confusing. Ugh. Oh no. I'm absolutely crashing this thing. How is the food? Is the food is it edible? Is it edible? Is it flaky like pie crust? Or is it just dense? Like a slab of dough? Interesting. I was not around in the 90s, so I could not say how high school lunch pizza was back then, but I do remember elementary school lunch pizza from the early 2010s, and I remember it being pretty mediocre. It would be that. Mediocre, then. Mediocre. Good to know. Note to self. Put yeast in dough when making pizza. It is empowering. Is that a correct deduction? Ah, okay. Oh no! Is it undercooked? sounds like it was undercoated then. It's a bit sad though that some of the crust didn't cook properly. Oh god. I just remembered there's a spot up here where the road has a very steep sideward slope. Indeed, we have all 3 logs. All 3 logs, indeed. Mod saver down there. I think if I make it up there. All 3 medium logs where we are good. We are good on logs. I just need to get them there without fucking up. Without Kola being too Kola. Which might be a bit much to ask, but I'll try and see what I can get. worse than I thought, but... Okay. Here. Yeah, they are. Suggested reason time. Yeah. 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 Pretty much. Pretty much. Okay. I am going to try and do a lot of driving on the ice because oddly enough, driving on the ice seems to be the most safest. In Kola. I was a little tight. Hopefully I can make it through that with long logs as well. That's scary. I did not like that. I did not like that one bit. I just need to stay away from any big rocks, and I'll be good. Oh, there's probably going to be some that are not though. Let's also see, how far do I need to go? Because I think I'm going to go either over here, across here, either go up here, or I might split off and try and head through here. But that just means I need to get through here. And that's probably going to be a bit difficult. Because I know there are some soft spots in the ice that I can break through. I should be able to do it. I think I should be fine. Because either I cross here or I try to keep along this shoreline and work my way up. But I'm kind of worried about getting over this. Oh, and that looks a bit narrow. So I do think I'll have a better shot trying to cross this. And if I do get stuck, I can bring out the Weedmobile or another just large truck and try and pull myself out. Probably the Basilisk Dan. The Dan 3-axle. The basil leaf. Do we just need to start naming everything after plants? Because we have the Weedmobile. We have the basil leaf man. It's called the Mastodon, I believe. Yeah, Mastodon Fiona. So. cross that bridge. I think I should be. Just need to fucking get there. Oh, it's gonna be a turn. There we go. I know, right? Such a shit bridge. I'll have to call the local council about that and see if they can get that replaced. I'm now wondering if I could just place concrete slabs there, if that would make things better. Turn here. Whoa! What the fuck? That just... Ah, God. Instantly, my suspension just gone. Oh, shit. This is another one of those terrible bridges. I think I want to make it up around here. There we go. I wish this truck had a dedicated log carrier. Like a log carrier that was designed for it. One that was just a little bit wider and a bit shorter. I think would fit it thematically. Also, I went the route that I didn't say I would initially, but it's whatever. Something a bit wider, because it's this chassis and this vehicle in general, it's just a lot wider. You can fit a much wider log carrier on this and shorten it up a bit. Height-wise, at least. Alright, let's see how far I can make it without needing to use the winch. Ideally, most or all of the way there. I might even drive on the ice a little bit. Because that might be a bit of a shorter route. And maybe less dangerous as well. There are a lot of narrow roads up ahead. Hell, I wonder if I could pull off up here. Might be a little ambitious. I'll stay on the road for a bit longer, I think. I don't want to risk it too much with this load. Considering how far I've gotten so far. What's wrong? What was that? What is that? What happened? Did it get clipped in my truck or some shit? Fuck off. Oh, that was a bit tight. That was a bit tight. But I have made it with all 3 medium logs. But we are not done, because we still have one contract after this. How much money was that? That was about 10,000. Okay. This is the last contract. Yeah, it's 3 long logs. 3 fucking long logs. Ah! Ah. Okay. Yeah. That's fair. What I am going to do is I am going to pull both of these trailers back as well. Oh no, this doesn't have a rear attachment. Oh shit. Okay. Let's detach this. Now, does the logging trailer have a rear attachment? It has two. Not a central one, but honestly, they're better than not having one, I feel. So let's just that. And now I have to think to myself, which way do I want to go? I'm going to take the safe route. Be safer. Now that I am not carrying any logs, I don't have to worry too much about various situations. So. I don't like the look of these rocks, nor this little hump that I'm driving over. I sincerely hope that I do not get into a situation where that fuel trailer tips. That rock doesn't look funny very well. Oh, my computer feels like it's jittering a little. Get there, but it's gonna be fucking slow. Oh, that doesn't look fun. Why are you jittering like that? Why are you jittering like that, trailer hitch? Oh god, it righted itself. Amazing. Hopefully it stays that way. stop jiggling. Do I need to, don't jiggle like that. Stop jiggling. I'm almost getting a sense of deja vu. Didn't I have an issue with this in Tamir, where one of the trailers was starting to death jiggle? I feel like I had that problem, and it flipped again. Well, we'll see if it can right itself. Realistically, by now, it would be absolutely spilling its load all over the place. No, I will not rephrase that. Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. Mistake, 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 mistake. I should not go over that rock. I should avoid going over large rocks. I am very afraid that this trailer is going to try and shoot up into the fucking sky. And it will not look pretty when it does that. I should maybe, can I, yeah, it flipped itself. It flipped itself on the way here, so. I'm writing it. Whoop. Oh, son of a bitch. Come on. Don't be like that. And it's getting dark. Why am I only getting that as an option? around, but not like that. Fuck! You know what, I'm just gonna brag it. Also, this trailer hitch really likes to do death wiggles, and it has me concerned. Whether or not it's riding upright or whether I'm dragging it likes to wiggle. And that's probably why it's on its side. I don't think I hit a rock or a particularly steep slope. It just jiggled itself that way using physics. Because why not? I guess. And I guess if it decides to right itself, it will right itself. But... oh, look, there we go. It righted itself. Okay, now stay that way. That might make more sense if the trailer hitch was on the back of the trailer. I'm imagining it like very aggressive, nose wiggles. Very aggressive nose twitches. Very unhappy nose twitches. Must you be this way? Now it's back upright for now. Oh my god. Why do you lag out the game like that? Stop it. Stop being the way you are, trailer. Trailer, do not be you. Do not. I'm not even sure that I want to risk trying to top this tree with it either. Because I know I could do it with just the logging trailer alone, but not with this fuel trailer attached onto the back as well. I should be able to get through this. This isn't the last major obstacle. Ah, shit. It tipped again. Ah, fuck. logging frame. Can I put on like put on a saddle low or a saddle high? But I cannot. Oh, I can put on a log carrier front. And I might just. I'm also gonna sell that because this one's better. I might just do a log carrier front. I need to dip for just like 2-3 minutes. But what I might just do is I might just do a log carrier and do things that way. I'll think about it. I'll think about it for just a few minutes. Okay. I should probably look at my trailer options. Alright, I need to... I need to start here. I think it might be a lot faster for me to just repeatedly recover and head back to Lake Cove than going back and forth. So what do I want to do? Log carrier front, or I do a trailer. Either with a saddle low or a saddle high. I'm gonna go and see which one appears to be more stable. Semi-trailer of long logs. Oh, just automatic. Okay. This is just going to be a lot shorter. just doing the log carrier. Oh, double logging semi-trailer. 10-wheeled semi-trailer was built to transport medium-length logs. And 2 of them. That would have been a cool one to use. 3 medium logs, 2 short logs, 3 short logs, 3 medium logs. Medium logs trailer. I kind of want to give this one a try, but only if it let me do long logs, because this trailer actually looks pretty cool. No, I'm definitely going to do log carrier rear. So I need the log carrier front. I skipped it. There we go. Yes, and I do. I do have DLC. So it's not like I'm doing this without the DLC. I don't know how I have it. I might have gotten the DLC through one of the season passes or something, or year passes. Some of the mods by this same author also require the wheel and tire mod. Mostly just about 3 of their scouts. We ran into that a while back, and I confirmed. Yeah, you need the DLC to use this mod. But only the DLC for the truck for this one. Ow. I went a bit too wide there. Oops. I also wish this trailer folded. I super wish this trailer folded. That would make transporting so much nicer. Yeah. But no. And I did have a mod that could do that. I know I've used it before, but I disabled it. Because the mod looks like shit. I should probably find another one. has something similar that is more aesthetic and doesn't look terrible. Is the DLC not on sale? I thought it would be with the summer sale, and the summer sale doesn't end for another few days. Ah, shit, the one thing that I forgot to do yesterday, I did not get to watch Sancho's recording stream. Ah, damn. Ah, fuck, that's a shame. That's a shame. I made sure to wait until it was on Steam before I ever got Snowrunner. Yeah, it did. I believe it was first released on the Epic Store as well. Like, its initial release was on the Epic Store, if I remember correctly. Before it even came to Xbox or anything like that. Though I do believe it got Xbox releases before. I do believe it had Xbox releases before Steam, I think. Unless I am mistaken. Which I very well could be. That's poor timing. That is really bad timing. To be honest, if Snowrunner had not released on Steam at all, I don't think I would have it. Because I don't want to buy stuff from the Epic Store. The only reason why I even have it is because I needed an Epic account to do crossplay on Mudrunner with someone. So I wonder why they choose that time in particular. I can't really think of why. What do you think it is, Volk? Monosodium glutamate or something like that. Yeah, I forgot the exact word. That's a food preservative, if I remember correctly. Oh, a flavor enhancer. Okay. Shit! Really? Really? I might not be doing good. I might not be doing good. Oh no. I don't know how it's still holding. Because by all accounts it shouldn't be. It was the sapling. I might just be able to deliver it like this. If I can't, I will be furious. But no, I'm going with this. We're 100% delivering this shit like this. I don't care how bad it looks. I just want it delivered. I want it signed, sealed, delivered. I'm yours. As the song goes. I don't know who did the song, but I know it exists. I remember it being quite catchy. I'm also afraid of detaching the trailer because I feel like that might break the logs. They'll just get it not caught on things. I'm gonna have to point it for a bit weird. I don't want to be fucked if this thing, How did he even come off that easy? Should it not be directly connected to the rear as well? Because it's clearly strapped to the front. Why did they not strap it in the rear? I'm only now just thinking about that. Like, this load was poorly secured to begin with. I still should have gone slower, but still. bitch. No! No! Why is that there? Ah. Oh my god. Please. Don't fuck me over like this. I forgot that these were here. Ah. Son of a bitch. I have to go on the ice, which I thought I wouldn't have to do this time. But no. It turns out the first time going on the ice was more than just avoiding potential tipping hazard. It was avoiding these fucking things. I am thrashing this truck so much. I have to go all the way back here. Fuck. Hopefully the second load of long logs won't be as this bad. This bad. Just not as this bad, just this bad. These logs don't get caught on shit. Or at least not yet. Oh, this is a shortcut? Oh, I didn't notice that. Or potential shortcut. Maybe. Might not be as short as I might think, but... it's close enough. Shouldn't Cube be starting up soon? Okay. Depending on how long I and they go tonight, I'll probably raid into them after I'm done with Strategic Reserve. And maybe selling a trailer or so. I don't know how much energy I'm going to have for selling trailers on this map. But certainly I have higher morale than yesterday. That's for fucking sure. If I do complete this before 3 hours are up, I will pad out time by selling trailers. I wonder if this will fix my logs. I hope it doesn't break them. If it breaks my logs, I will be unhappy, to say the least. Yeah, we're gonna be seeing this a few times. Okay, these logs look a little weird right now. Yeah, that certainly is a way to have them positioned on here. They look very skewed and unhappy. Well, let's see if they can stay on the rear carrier. Whoa, what are you doing? Logs, why are you doing that? Don't skew me over like that, holy shit. Spring, what are you doing? What are you doing? I feel the spring keeps on, the spring in this thing keeps on wanting to ratchet the logs to the side. It feels like, and that keeps pushing me. Yeah, very bendy and not in any fun way. It just feels like it wants to bend in two for me. everything in two, and that's not good. Because if we're bending in two, that's a jackknife, and I'd rather not jackknife on this contract. There's so many trailers here to sell as well, but the trailers around this airport are not near any easy selling points. Unless I guess I wanted to take them to, I mean, I guess if I wanted to take them to, oh, that might actually be easier than taking them to the north part of this map. Logs do feel a bit more noodly than they should be, I think. I know logs can be bendy, but these feel a little too flimsy. I definitely get the feeling they need to be a little bit more rigid. Briefly caught the northern lights. I don't think I've noticed those that much, because I always keep my camera pointed down. Northern lights are cool. Very aesthetic. Much like. Yes, yes. Yep, there we go. I managed to do it. And I managed to undo it in the same breath. There we go. Hell yeah. Sounds good. Given from what you said about them, they definitely need a regular checking. Can I be the pumper? probably scraped the front in that dip. Might do it again. Nope. Come on. Oh yeah, Cume's up. Pacific Drive. I wonder what they're playing. Or no, not what... I know what Cube's playing. I just saw someone else start it up, but it didn't say in the message what they were playing. One thing that I should probably do is get a... What can I put on you? This. We have a multi-purpose cargo module. What does that carry? 4 spare wheels, 450 repair points, and 250 liters of fuel. That's pretty good. I think on this, though, I can put a... Not just this. That would be nice. Will it not let me put on the, yeah, ramped towing platform? Fire tank. I'll bring over this. I make my crasses very simple. But I will bring this over. Just for repairs. Unless actually, might not. Go back to Lake Cove. Is recovering and buying a... There's all of this I have to go through in order to get down here. Still a pupper. That's amazing. Has he gotten stuck under the bed again recently? Or has he stopped doing that? That's good. I have managed to deliver the first thing of long logs, and now I'm going back for a second time. Ah! No, stop. Ah! Oh, I just remembered. One thing that I've been looking at recently has been World War II American trucks. There's one of them, I think it's a 6-ton, 6x6, that was made by a handful of different American manufacturers, where one of its variants came with an integrated crane. And I think that crane also had its own engine attached to it. I'll need to look at it again. But it looked really cool in the image that I saw. Image singular. Yeah. I don't remember what engine it had attached to it, but I think it might have been a Ford. Probably a Ford inline 4 if I had to guess, but it might have been a V8. But I'm thinking a Ford inline 4 is what they had attached to it. No. I'm fairly certain it was a Ford gasoline engine, not a Detroit diesel. Surprisingly, very few. Yeah. Hold on, let me see. 6-ton. It's not the Diamond T. Not the Diamond T 4-ton. No, it's 6-ton 6x6. Crane truck. Quickway cranes were used by combat engineers to unload and assemble bridge components. The rotating crane was powered by an auxiliary IHC, International Harvester Company, 334 cubic inch, so 5.5 liters, inline 4 cylinder. It doesn't say if it is gasoline or diesel. But if I had to guess, I'm thinking it's probably a gasoline engine. Because the truck itself comes with a gasoline engine, straight 6. And if it's International Harvester Corporation or company, I think they're going to be doing a gasoline. Plus, just logistically, it makes sense. Yeah, big 4-cylinder. But I do believe a lot of 4-cylinder gasoline tractor, because I imagine if it's from International Harvester, it's going to be a tractor engine. I remember most tractor engines of that time being gasoline and being huge. I don't remember them being particularly small tractor engines. I remember them being quite hefty. But the engine, the truck itself used was a Hercules inline 6. I don't think Hercules is around anymore either. I'm pretty sure that's a defunct company along with Muda Engines, which was another engine manufacturer of the time. It was the 6-cylinder though that powers the truck. It looked like it was pretty big too. It was a 14-liter inline 6 gasoline. Which I guess that makes sense because it's a 6-ton truck, but admittedly, the 671 would have existed around that time, right? Because I think they used the 671 in the M4A2 Permit, because they had two synchronized 671s mounted right next to each other, if I am not mistaken. And that was the M4A2. The M4A3, I believe, was a Ford V8. The regular M4, I believe, was a radial. And the M4A1, then, I think, would have been the Chrysler Multibank. Because you had the Ford V8, you had the radial engine, you had the Chrysler Multibank, and then you had the Detroit Diesel, technically GM 6046, I think it was. Oh. Actually, I'll leave it up at 35. Is that better? Okay. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, you had the Ford V8, you had the radial engine. So 1, 2, you had the Chrysler Multibank 3, and then the GM 4046. I'm missing one. I know Caterpillar made a diesel engine for the M4A6, it was. But M4A6 didn't enter large-scale production. I'm missing an engine. I am missing an engine for the M4 Sherman. M4 Sherman. US variants. No. No. Okay. No, I am not missing any. M4 and M4A1 are both the radial. The M4A2 is the 6046. M4A3 is the Ford V8, and M4A4 is the multibank. Then M4A6 is the Caterpillar diesel. A weird bus-looking thing with the rubber tube. Really? I would like to see. Show me. Send it in the Discord if you have it. In a Leopard 2? For a Leopard 2 engine? That, to me that seems a little weird, because usually when they test a new engine, they put it in an old tank, I'd think? As a test bed? Actual tank. And to haul stuff around. I want to see this now. I'm curious. I also don't know what engine the Leopard 2 has, but I imagine it's a diesel engine, maybe a post piston? Because I do think the, I do believe the Americans used a, what the fuck? What the fuck? I'm gonna have to watch that video. I am now very curious. I am very curious. You've grabbed my attention with that. I'm curious. I'm very curious. This is the right. Yeah, it is. It sounds funny. Oh, no wonder why this route seems different. Okay. I headed technically the wrong way, but I'm heading towards the right way. Like a diesel locomotive, so it's a diesel electric type deal, where you have a diesel generator powering electric motors. The Germans tried that in World War II, specifically the Porsche. Porsche tried a diesel electric, or it might have been a gasoline electric. But Porsche tried to make a similar drivetrain to that for their Tiger prototype, but it had serious reliability issues. Some really bad reliability issues. I don't think they tried 8 motors either. Okay. Fuck, I wanna look at that. And that I'm looking at the thumbnail of that because there's also that small vehicle in the back. I'm curious as to what that is. But you said it's not like an engine test bed. It is a we pull on the tank like a tug of war type deal. Okay. Okay. I am. Oh, my suspension is dead. Turn. Okay. It's interesting to know. Fuel tank isn't even there. Come on. I'm not gonna repair this until I get to the, until I get my logs. Oh, no. Yep. Okay, repair. Okay. That should be enough to... yeah, we're good. I'll probably have to, recover this thing when I get back. I don't know of any modern tanks that use a diesel-electric drive. I think all modern tanks utilize just conventional engine technologies. Relatively conventional, at least for tanks, they use conventional technologies. Shit. That was unhappy. That was very unhappy. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it's from the... I imagine Louster is the manufacturer, right? I wouldn't be surprised if it was from the same company. Yeah. Metal drum between each wheels. What? Weird. Like metal drums to... Okay. Because I would think that the only reason why you would want to do something like that would be to drive on rails. Like those specialized trucks that they have to drive on railroads. Outside of a paved surface, I imagine you would have a lack of grip. Like if you ever went on any gravel or dirt surface, you wouldn't be able to get around all that well. You'd be slipping and sliding all over the place. What? It can't be. I don't think that's how friction works. Are these not smooth metal drums? Because I'm thinking smooth metal drums. As opposed to something with texture to it. Okay. That must give a shit ride. Because a big part of the suspension in a vehicle is the tire. That is part of what cushions the impact of the road. I'm reminded of the Soviet corkscrew vehicle that I think I've mentioned before. You know what that is, right? The Soviet corkscrew vehicle. Okay. Similar vibe. Weird. I'll need to watch a video on that. I want to see it now. Ah. In this, or in the vehicle with metal wheels? Because I don't think this has a, Okay. Please do. This has interested me. I need to make a queue, basically, of things that I still need to watch. Gloucester FML. Bundeswehr. That sounds very dangerous. That sounds very dangerous. I don't know, man. If this is happening around the same time of like the M151, there's only so much danger that Cold War militaries are willing to accept. And I think trying to use one of those metal wheels as a winch is, I think trying to use one of those wheels as a winch, it passes that threshold. Tugging on, I think you can tug on a tank with like a set of chains, just so long as you have no one nearby and the rear of both vehicles are properly armored. I imagine they probably wouldn't use chains. Did they use chains? Like thick steel chains? Or did they not use chains? Okay. That's somewhat better, I guess. Because I feel like you're going to notice when steel cable starts fraying, before you might visibly notice a steel chain starting to stress out. I definitely think it's going to be more obvious seeing a steel cable about to give way than a chain about to give way. And 2 of them is good. 2 of them. Maybe a shear pin too. Vertical cliff. Huh. That reminds me of that time when they drove a Land Rover up a vertical cliff. Or it might have been a Range Rover. I think it was a Land Rover, though. Up a vertical cliff for some marketing purpose. Woo, marketing. Oh, I've run out of winch points. Honestly, I think my favorite video from Germany so far, though, related to equipment is that famous one where they have a Leopard. It's a Leopard 2 or a Leopard 1. Yeah, it's the Leopard 2. No, I'm the lollipop video is great, but no, I'm talking about vehicles. It's the video of the Leopard 2 or the Leopard 1. They put a beer on the end of its barrel because they're showing off the vertical stabilizer and how steady it is. So they put a pint of beer on the end of it. They have it go over the bumps. I couldn't either. But part of that is also just because I have very unsteady hands. I have very unsteady hands. I can't do something that steady. It also makes it really hard to work with really small objects. Like assembling figures can be difficult if I'm working with really small pieces. Last Christmas, my brother got me a little metal tank thing, and I only now finished assembling it a few days ago. Oh shit. But yeah, I only now finished assembling it a few days ago. Sometime earlier this week. Ah, shit. And part of it is just because it's really hard for me to assemble little pieces. But now it's done, and that's all that matters. And it is now sitting on my desk, and from a distance it doesn't look too bad. But I know I fucked up a few things. There were 2 pieces on it that I accidentally switched around. So, yeah, that's a bit of a fuck up on my part, but I mean, it isn't like a critical component. It's largely there for aesthetics. Oh no. Oh well, at least I'm close this time. Come off the trailer, but I don't think it matters right now. Just as long as I can get it there. There we go. Boom. Stop engine. Just 'cause I should... bring this over because it has a shitload of supplies on it. The high on this thing is not fast compared to the missile carrier. Come on. Damaging this is fine. I don't use this anymore. I should... I can probably refill it just with what I have now. Yeah, that'll be enough for me to get there and back. And I already damaged the engine. This will be great. This will be great. Okay. It is very good. It is very quick in high gear. Though once again, this is modded, so take it with a grain of salt. Modded with the biggest engine that I could fit in it, pretty much. Ah. This thing loves to bottom out on the front. Ah. Ah. I see. I'm sorry for his absolutely massive package. What the fuck? Okay. At least this thing has bullshit autonomous winch. Go, bullshit autonomous winch. Wee. I do have some repair points on this, right? Yes. There we go. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you need some pretty hefty batteries to keep a winch like this going. Realistically. Yeah. I'm stuck on this. I think the WC series would have used. I've never really thought about, and I probably should more, but thought about the methods by which winches work. Because I always just think pulley. So a big winch like this would require a PTO? Or... Okay. Not necessarily a power takeoff, though. Okay. Will that require a PTO system, the hydraulics then? Because I'm not too familiar with winch mechanics. I've never really delved into it, though I probably should. Just for the sake of seeing how it works. Okay. Did the old Jeep system use hydraulics then, or was it just direct PTO? PTO to winch? And for old Jeep, I'm thinking like an M38. Jeep. I'm thinking 50s when I hear old Jeep. So like M38, CJ5 type deal. Does that mean that the Jeep system is then RPM dependent, as opposed to a hydraulic system, which might be a bit more RPM independent? So you'd have to... Oh, both are RPM dependent. Okay. I was not aware of that. So you'd probably drop it into neutral and rev the engine then? Would you want the wheels to not be spinning while you winch it? because I would think that odd. Okay. Because I would think that the no, I see. Okay, I see it now. I see it in my head. Because you'd need something like how a transfer case operates, right? Because that pulls off of the end of the transmission. And I know transfer cases come off the end of transmission. Unless I'm mistaken. I believe that's how they operate. In order to send power from this. Okay. That's good at least, because I don't imagine you would want the I don't imagine you would want the wheels to be spinning while you are trying to pull the winch. Though depending on what you're pulling, like if you're trying to pull yourself up a grade, or if you're trying to pull something out of somewhere else, you'd want to put the parking brake on then. And that other than just pushing on the brakes would probably be your only means of staying still. Okay. I did not know that. I will have to look into this winch systems. Kind of just for shits and giggles, because I wanna read up on this. Ew. How old was it? How old was the truck? Did it not have Synchromech on first gear? Okay. Interesting. Mediator 89. No synchro mesh? I'd expect by the 80s that they would have had synchro. That is odd. I would 100% synchro mesh on something that late. Yeah. My thought is, like, why? Why do you not have synchro mesh on first gear? What is the reason behind not having synchro mesh by that point? I imagine the higher gears might have had synchro mesh. But if I remember correctly, when they did start introducing synchromesh on cars, they did start with the higher gears. Axle dump truck. Yeah. I guess, but I don't know. I still would have expected something like synchromesh. I still would have expected synchromesh. Slamming it in without the clutch, that I remember having that suggested to me, and I kind of winced because I don't wanna grind the gears into confetti. Oh, and that tire's gone. So that means... No, yeah, no. I don't know why they suggested it to me. That would... He was like a guy in his like 40s who suggested it to me. Have you slam shifted it yet? What? You know, when you shift without using the clutch. I don't want to ship my transmission out the bottom of the car. I've had a bit of transmission grinding before. It's not fun. You are a braver man than I to try and force it through. I wouldn't risk it. 100% I would just take it out and try and push the clutch in to get it to go. Thankfully, the clutch on mine works perfectly fine. I don't plan on doing that. I don't plan on doing that anytime soon. I am not going to slam shift the Jeep. I guess if I decide to get a 3-axle dump truck from 1990 or newer or older, excuse me, I guess I'll have to slam shift it or probably double clutch. Double clutch sounds a lot nicer on the transmission, though. Slam shifting sounds a bit too rough. I think I'd much rather just go through the hassle of a double clutch. What? Really? Fuck. NSG 370. Oh, now it's back. Hold on. Let me... Jeep JK. Because, NSG... Yeah, it'll be the NSG 370. For some reason, I thought they changed the manual transmission when they changed the engine to the, to the 3.6. Yeah, I have the 6-speed manual, and from what the yeah the Wikipedia article only gave the NSG 370 only gave the NSG 370 for manual. The rest were automatics. Apparently, a 4-speed automatic was optional. Mercedes. Yeah, no. Maybe I should be a bit more gentle with the transmission than I am, but I don't think I'm terrible on it. I definitely try to not grind those gears. I did have the master cylinder, I think it was. Clutch master cylinder? Is that what it was called? Names. Either way, it gave out and leaked all of its transmission fluid, or all of its hydraulic fluid. So I had that give out, and that was not fun. I don't remember. Are there two different places where it can be? Or are you, or no, it wasn't the master cylinder. It was the slave cylinder. It was the slave cylinder. Yeah, it was the slave cylinder, not the master cylinder. I mixed them up. Apologies. It was the slave cylinder that gave out. So it would have been under the Jeep. The slave cylinder gave out and pissed all the fluid. Mine went. The seal gave out completely. I had what I should have done is I should have asked my dad for his truck. I should have asked my dad for his truck to get to school that morning because on the drive there the gears were very crunchy. I could still shift. I could still go through all of the gears. It was just very crunchy. So I should not have done that, because then that afternoon when no, I could fully, or well, no, yeah, no, I see what, yeah, it could not press in the clutch fully. Yeah. But it was very crunchy shifts, but I could still shift through all of the gears. But then that afternoon when I had to try and get home, I could only shift into gear when it was the engine was off. I could not shift it into gear with the engine on. Yeah. So I had to have it towed, and so I had to wait about an hour for the tow truck to get there. Because it's a 40-minute drive from my place to the to campus, and I had to have them drive it all the way back and get it repaired back in my town. And the tow truck that they brought was an absolute abomination of It had what did it have? It had an Allison transmission, and I think Ford cab, and Cummins diesel engine, and I don't even remember what fucking chassis they put it on. I think it was a GM chassis. But a GM chassis, a Ford cab, Cummins, it was a little bit of everything. Yeah. The guy said that apparently they made them down in Mexico, and the thing costs about $120,000. So, yeah, it was Frankenstein's tow truck, basically. Frankenstein's tow truck. But hey, it hauled ass, and that's all that mattered. I could not tell you what model engine, though, because I didn't bother to ask, nor transmission. But, yeah, Frankenstein's tow truck. God, I'm hungry. I am hungry. I'm hungry. I'm gonna reheat that pasta after this. Oh, okay. for whatever reason, it looks like the tire that's broken isn't powered anymore, which doesn't make sense to me. Because even if the tires popped, the wheel should still spin like the rest. I'd expect a reduction in traction from that wheel, but not. What looks like a complete loss of power, it feels like at times. So I do think that wheel is spinning slower than the rest. Ah, shit. I've been here before, I don't want to do it again. There we go. There we go. Oh. Yeah, but just reduce the traction from that wheel. Don't have it not powered, because it should still be powered. It's not gonna do much, but I don't know, it just seems weird that it doesn't seem to want to spin. Because this truck does have diff lock on all the time, so it should be sending the same amount of power to both tires. Like, now it is. It just seems a bit inconsistent at times. Money. It's done. We're done. Kola's done. Kola is done. I have no more contracts. I have no more contracts, and I'm going to sell this trailer because this trailer is expensive. Mucho money. There are 3. There's 1 on this map and 2 on the other. Or maybe it's 2 on this map and 1 on the other. No, 1 on this map, 2 on the other. So. Woo. That is done. Though very quickly. I'm gonna put on the saddle high. I'm gonna sell that. Because there's that big trailer there, and I want to sell that too. And I may as well sell this trailer as well. Just before I go. Pad out time a little. But yeah, I am basically done with Kola now. Chances are very low that I will stream this again. To do the trailers. To do the rest of the trailers. I'm not even sure if I want to do the trailers, because a lot of them are on the south side, and I am not sure about trying to drag them up here to the north side of the map. That just seems like it would be pain. Ah, God. Especially that wide flatbed trailer that they have. Um, at that point, if I'm going to sell those trailers, I'm gonna sell them at Lake Cove. Um, because I just think it'll be easier to get to the harbor than it will be to drag them up here. Definitely gonna take them down to Lake Cove. It'll be longer distance-wise, but it'll be shorter time-wise, and just a lot easier to do. Come on. But these two trailers should give me a good money. Oops, I dragged the trailer over. There we go. Yeah. Yeah. If I'm gonna I'd take him down to Lake Cove, and I'm probably not gonna stream doing the trailers on this map. Okay. I'm hungry. Yeah, for the rest of the summer, I imagine. Yeah. Probably, but I'll look into doing Halo. I'll see if I can do Halo as well. But yeah, Angels with Scaly Wings, and I want to do. I definitely want to do Roadcraft with Q more, which I haven't been able to do nearly as much as I would have liked. Um, but speaking of which, I will be raiding into Cume. Cume is currently doing Pacific Drive. They are grinding a tire. Um, or something like that. I am hungry. I am going to warm up that pasta. Um, and probably do another load of dishes in the dishwasher. Um, I will not be doing Roadcraft tomorrow, just so you are aware. I have to watch over my sister for the rest of the week, and I'll see if I can stream on Friday, but we'll see how that works out. So, yeah, I gotta watch over my sister for the rest of the week because she's off her meds, and we want to make sure she doesn't have a seizure. So, yeah. Have a good evening. I'm hungry, and I will not burn stuff. The D in don't was cut off. Yeah. I will not burn stuff. I will be vigilant. And you have a good evening as well.